We like things to be fair. It's ingrained in us. That's why we hear, "It's not fair," by every child there's ever been. We don't seem to need to teach that. It just seems to be. Fairness is ingrained into us from a very young age. And whether that is a perceived unfairness or a real one, when we sense that we're being treated unfairly, it makes us feel awful. And to a lesser extent, but still there, when we see others being treated unfairly, it can make us want to act on their behalf or with them. We've seen that recently, of course, with the idea of equal pay for equal work, the idea that women should be paid the same as men if they're doing the same work. It seems very strange that we have to even specify that, but there we are. And of course, very recently, and ongoing in fact, with Black Lives Matter, the idea that someone should be able to go about their lives being treated equally and fairly without fear, intimidation or threat, irrespective of the colour of their skin, of their birth nationality, or the ancestry of their family. Unfortunately, it is still the case that people are treated differently depending on what they look like. Hopefully we'll get to the point soon where that will be a thing of the past. But for now, we keep pushing forward for that fairness, as is only right. When we see an inequality, it seems right that we then equate that with an unfairness, doesn't it? Which makes the gospel reading for this Sunday very strange. It's a parable Jesus tells of three men paid the same for three different levels of work. It's from Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 to 16, and we'll look more at that on Sunday. But for now, I just want us to take a moment to pause and think, does the idea of unequal equal unfair? This parable, if you've not read it, I recommend you go and look it up, often confuses people. Is Jesus suggesting we treat people unfairly? Isn't that unethical? What if being unequal is being fair? What if being unequal allows not for the diminishment of rights, but for abundant generosity? I, for one, don't want to be treated fairly by God because I know I would not fare well. I'm fully dependent on His goodness and His grace and His abundant generosity to me. What about you? What do you think? Is unequal the same as unfair? Join us on Sunday as we look at this more.